Kim was just another teenager walking home from basketball practice when a patrol car slowed behind him. The evening air was warm, the streets quiet, but something felt off. The officers got out, eyes sharp, hands hovering near their belts. Kim froze, heart racing. He had done nothing wrong. Nothing. And yet, the way they stared, the way they circled, told him he was already guilty in their eyes. What happens when your world flips in seconds and the very people meant to protect you become a threat? One moment could change everything, and no one could predict what would happen next. Kim had always been an ordinary kid in a not-so-ordinary world. A high school junior, captain of his basketball team, and known for his easy smile, he loved hanging out with friends, studying late, and helping his younger sister with homework. His mother, an accomplished FBI agent, often warned him about the world's harsh realities, but Kim mostly thought he was safe, shielded by familiarity and routine. That evening, he had stayed after practice to shoot a few extra hoops. Sweat dripped down his forehead as he laughed at a teammate's joke, thinking about grabbing ice cream on the way home. The streets were quiet, and the air smelled like late summer rain. He adjusted his backpack, slipping into a rhythm he knew well. But tonight, the familiar route home felt different. Across the street, a car slowed. Two officers stepped out. Their eyes locked on him, unblinking, unyielding. Kim's stomach sank. He knew he hadn't done anything. And yet, he couldn't shake the chilling thought. Maybe, just maybe, tonight wasn't about what he had done. It was about who he was. The officers approached slowly, their boots crunching on the sidewalk. Kim's chest tightened. He kept his hands in sight, tried to calm his breathing, but the air seemed to thicken, pressing down on him. One officer gestured sharply. "Come here," Kim froze. The words felt like ice. He glanced around, no one else in sight, just the empty street and flickering streetlights. He remembered his mother's warning. Never assume fairness. Sometimes your skin alone is the first crime they'll accuse you of. His mind raced. Should he run? Could he run? He didn't want to give them a reason to escalate, but staying felt equally dangerous. His heartbeat thudded like a drum in his ears. Then came the orders. Hands up. Turn around. Step back. Kim obeyed, every motion measured, his stomach knotting with fear. A neighbor peeked from a window, witnessing the silent standoff. Time stretched, minutes compressed into eternity. He felt trapped and powerless, with the weight of centuries of injustice pressing down on him. Suddenly, a siren in the distance. A figure appeared at the corner, a woman in professional attire, moving fast and purposefully. Recognition hit, his mother. The FBI badge glinted under the streetlight. Her eyes locked on the scene, unwavering, commanding. The officers hesitated, words dying on their tongues. The power dynamic shifted in an instant, the fear now theirs. Kim's chest loosened slightly, but the adrenaline refused to leave his body. His mother's presence was both shield and statement. He would not face this alone, but even with her there. Kim realized something painful. How many other kids, without someone like her, faced the same fear every single day? The injustice was far bigger than this moment, far larger than just him. A bitter awareness tempered his relief. The system often failed those without protection, and society's prejudice didn't need witnesses to hurt lives. The officers' hands dropped from their belts, but the tension hung thick, almost tangible. Kim's mother stepped forward, her voice calm but firm. The officers stammered, trying to explain, fumbling under the weight of authority and accountability. Kim felt a mix of relief and anger, a storm of emotions he couldn't untangle. He had been guilty of nothing, yet fear had gripped him like a vice. For a fleeting moment, the street seemed to hold its breath. Then, with a final glare, his mother guided him away, the officers retreating silently. Kim walked beside her, still trembling, the night alive with every emotion he had felt. Terror, shame, relief, and a burning sense of injustice. He realized that fear had a sound, a silence broken only by the presence of someone powerful enough to demand recognition of his humanity. Kim made it home that night, but he was no longer the same. The fear lingered, a shadow that would not fade, but so did a more profound understanding. He had seen the system from both sides, the powerless and the protected. He realized that his mother's presence saved him, yet countless others weren't as fortunate. That night left him thinking about fairness, privilege, and the cruel randomness of prejudice. The injustice he experienced wasn't just a story about one boy, it was the story of millions, recurring silently on streets everywhere. It forced him to confront the harsh truth. Society still measures worth by skin color, not character. Kim's question now lingers. How many more children face the same fear without someone to shield them? How long before the world truly listens, sees, and acts? And as you watch this, ask yourself, what role will you play? Which country and city are you watching from, witnessing this story unfold? Take care.